How to live in the end when it comes to manifestation. This question gets asked so many times, and I can understand, like I always say, especially if you're new to this, how it can feel confusing because a lot of people think they need to be doing something in their 3D to live in the end, and that's not the case at all. When it comes to manifestation, everything is done in the mind. Okay, that's the first thing you need to understand. Everything is done in the mind, in your imagination. So living in the end is just you waking up each day, choosing to be the version of you in your mind that has what you want, is what you want to be, and is experiencing the things you want to experience. Let's say you want to manifest a relationship with your specific person. How do you live in the end of that? So the goal would be being in a relationship with that specific person. So we'd work on your self-concept. What do you believe to be true about relationships? So if you have a belief, let's say that men don't commit, we'll change that belief. I'm easily committed to. I'm always committed to. I'm in a loving, committed relationship. So living in the end is just thinking thoughts that imply you are that version of yourself already. You are, because you are. Remember, imagination is the real reality, and the 3D world is just a mirror reflecting that. So the analogy I always use to make it easy to understand is you're at the cinema, you're at the movies, whatever you call it, the theatre, I don't know, and you've got the big screen, okay? The big screen represents the 3D world. And then you've got the projector up the top behind all of you. And you're putting the movie in the projector. So when you're living in the end, you're putting the movie that you want to watch, the one you want to experience, the reality you want to experience in that projector. You're choosing to focus on the reality in your mind where you have got what you want, where you're in that relationship. So you'll be affirming things that imply, I'm in a committed relationship. I love being in this relationship. I love being the wife, the husband. Me and SP have got a bond like no other. We get on so well. We go on dates all the time. I love being married to them if that's what you want. We have a beautiful family. How well I'm treated. I know love is easy. I don't have to worry about fear anymore. I release fear. So some people's will be slightly different depending on their stories about love, because some people might have really unfavourable stories about love and relationships. So for them to live in the end and imagine they're in a relationship, they might need to affirm more things that relate to, you know, I am good enough. I am worthy of being in a relationship, because they might have a story where they feel like a piece of shit and they don't feel like they deserve to be in a relationship. So they'll need to change that story. Of course, I'm good enough. I deserve happy, healthy relationships. I always have happy, healthy relationships. So to keep it simple, living in the end is you choosing to think as if you've already got it every day, and knowing that creation is already done. So everything that you could possibly imagine in your mind already exists, because if it didn't, you wouldn't be able to imagine it. So you wake up in the morning, you've got a job to go to, kids to take to school, dogs to walk, house to clean, work to do. You're living your life. But when you think about your desires, you are thinking from them as if they are already a fact in your life. Okay? Some people may need to affirm, which is just thinking consciously more than others, because they may have really unfavorable stories, like I said, about love, relationships, or whatever it is that you're manifesting. So for them, in order to reprogram their subconscious mind and create new beliefs about that and live in the end, they might have to consciously do that more, right? I hope that makes sense. I'm not sure if that even makes sense, but so living in the end is just choosing to think as the you that already has it every day. Everything is done in your mind. You don't have to worry about, you know, in the 3D, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I wear a ring on my finger? Should I, you know, make some room in my wardrobe for when SP comes? You don't need to do any of those things. You just need to live in the end and accept it as done. It's yours. You have it. You're in that relationship now.